So it's finally here, Midjourney 7, and we're going to be taking a deep dive, taking a look at what it can do and see if it's a big leap forward for Midjourney 6. Midjourney 6 was released over a year ago, and sure, there's been some iterations since then with various versions of that 6, but at the time, I did a video on Midjourney version 6, as I said, a year ago, and it was really impressive, blew me away. But since then, we've seen some major leap forwards from other AI companies when it comes to image generation. Not least of all, OpenAI with their latest version that runs through ChatGPT 4.0, and Google Gemini 2 can create some pretty impressive images as well. But Midjourney for me has always been about the artistic side, finding your kind of creativity when using AI and coming up with some really good images, not just this kind of straightforward AI image generator, more kind of creative artistic one. So I'm hoping that we're going to see some major changes with Midjourney 7. If we check out over here, over on the Discord here for Midjourney, V7 is an amazing model. It's smarter with text prompts. Image prompts look fantastic. Image quality is noticeably higher with beautiful textures, bodies and hands, all significantly better coherence on all these details. The first thing you have to do to access version 7 is unlock a personalization mode, but that's set by default and you can switch it off. Then they've got draft mode, which we'll be looking at, which basically allows you to render lots of images quite quickly, iterate on them and stuff like that before going for the final version. And currently there are 2 speed modes, turbo and relax. They'll be adding more speed modes later down the line. And in terms of the roadmap, expect new features every week or 2 for the next 60 days. Okay, so I'm going to jump onto the website here. And even if we have a quick explore, so just to give you an idea, a sense of some of the things that are being created, this is what I love about Midjourney. If you want to create really artistic things, sure, I think there may be some better AI image generators for kind of more plain things or maybe photographs and stuff like that. But for that artistic bent, sometimes you don't quite know what you're going to get. Midjourney still, for me, is sort of competing despite these advances from other AI generators. I mean, check out this 1970s Japanese mecha manga cover. Really cool. I'm loving the look of that. And this lion here. Again, words are an issue. A large punk rock lion illustration with spiked mane and nose ring. Don't see any nose ring there. Whilst I think other AI image generators are much better at the kind of natural language prompt, with Midjourney, it was always about prompt skill. You had to really kind of learn the art of prompting. And for me, actually, some of the iterations of version 6, I kind of lost some of that earlier artistic skill. I did some comparisons with some earlier versions, and sometimes I felt artistically the earlier versions of Midjourney were slightly better. But we're getting some great images here. I mean, look at this nighttime scene, rain mood, nostalgia vibe, city. Really nice. And there was one I wanted to show earlier here. Look at this dude here. This is really cool. Action shot of an elderly Caucasian man, shoulder length, silver dreadlocks and long flowing silver beard, midair, performing a trick on a skateboard. I mean, look at the lighting and the tone and the tats, and look at the hairs on his arm there. Really cool. Really impressive. Let's get on and use it. So first of all, personalize. Teach Midjourney about what you find beautiful. So basically, we want to go to version 7. And then here we are. We need to start ranking at, and then here you need to rank at least 200 pictures. And the best thing I find when ranking is, just go with your gut. Yeah. Don't waste any time. Just spam through it, but just go through your gut. What do you like as an image? It's not necessarily about the subject matter. They don't all have to be photo real that you like. It's just what do you like? And it can be a whole mix of things. And then that's how you create your personalization. So for me, yeah, I'm liking this. I quite like that. And I'm going to go with this one. I quite like this artistic one here. This is quite good. I like the artistic one of there. Good detail in the cat. I like the nighttime shot. Nice face details. Very real. I like the stylist one here. That's good. I'm going lovely face there. Sketch. I think this is more photo real. This one's quite nice artistically. Okay, and then when you've been through all that, finally you've unlocked this profile. You can now create images. You can try it out now. Okay, so I'm going to redo some of these. Just use the text, and it's on personalization, model 7. Okay. And first of all, we'll do it as personalization, keep everything as is, see what we get. This is a prompt I borrowed from somebody else, but just since it's there, we'll go with it. Now that's weird. It's gone with the skateboarder I tried out earlier. That's very strange. It's very odd behavior, right? There's nothing here about Tokyo Cat, Global V7. What's it got to do with skateboarding? Nothing. It's very strange that it seems to have that stuck in its memory. There we are. Wow, it's got some of the, actually, it spelt it right. Now I'm going to turn the personalization off. But as you can see here, actually spelt it right in some places. Tokyo Cat. That's not Tokyo in Japanese there. Tokyo Cat. Let's have a quick look at these. I quite like this style, the original style here. Okay, so now I'm going to run it without personalization on. So this is without personalization. Fat cat, certainly a fat cat. Let's have a look at these then. Yeah. Interesting. Fat cat, certainly a fat cat. Interesting that I actually got the spelling right on all of those. So maybe they've got the sort of spelling a bit better. Okay, so there we go. That's just a sort of a first look. Very interesting. Let's try some others, but I want to try some others that I did a long time ago and redo them, and then we can compare the two. But let's go to some stuff that I did a long time ago. Here's an artistic one. Let's go personalization off, and let's go draft mode. This helps you move faster. Images generate quickly with rough ideas, become visuals without slowing you down. Say what you're after. Draft mode reshapes, refines your inputs. You can focus on the idea, not the wording. So what you can do is you can actually talk to it. Okay, so this is much more on cue here. So let's see now if with draft mode. Can you make it so that the t-shirt is white? Can you make the t-shirt white? Oh, there's me. There we go. It's a portrait of a person wearing a white t-shirt. You see the speed at which it generated these images. Okay, give me a landscape scene with Godzilla coming out of the Pacific Ocean. And see the speed at which those were done. Wow, look at these. Have a city in the background of this picture. Oh, no, there we are. So there you can iterate on the fly. I'm still speaking. Brilliant. Have a warship in the ocean. This is adding a warship there. And see the speed at which that's happened. It's like instant. Then if you like, what you can do then is you can go, okay, let's just switch that off so it doesn't go crazy. Let's vary that subtly, and then it will take its time. So here we are. You can see it's taking its time. Those draft versions are almost instantaneous. I mean, it's so quick. So it just allows you to just iterate and try things rather than spending time on the prompt. And then what you get here, so I've got my Godzilla. So originally it was just a Godzilla coming out of the ocean. And now we've got Godzilla, city in the background, warship. What's not to like? Again, here, he's in the city. Again, and the quality, obviously, because these are the draft ones. Let's go upscale. As I understand it, the upscaling is still in version 6 and stuff. So let's go upscale on this one. So it takes a little bit getting used to prompting with the microphone there, I would say. But once you get the hang of it, you can quickly generate loads of drafts, iterate. You're not spending as much sort of money, credits in terms of tokens on the drafts because they're not super high quality. Because what you're trying to do is just kind of come up with some ideas. And there we go. You see the quality there. Godzilla, city in the background, warship. Really nice. That's nice. Really nice images. I really like that. That's almost like a screensaver, that. Okay, so I want to be a bit more creative, and let's take some prompts that I really like from previously and see whether we can improve on it. Okay, let's just try this one. Use text. There it is. Let's go personalization on and see what happens. We're using the Profile Global V7. Now these look already much more in the spirit of what I was looking for. Showa style poster art, Japanese beer advert. So basically, we're talking the 1960s. I'm looking for a beer advert from the sort of 1960s, Japanese one. This looks cool. It's getting the flavor, that sort of vintage. Yeah, much better. This is much better. This is what I like about Midjourney, is the ability for these kind of slightly more artistic images. Yeah. And I like the sort of, as though the marks here, as though it's an old poster on the wall or whatever. Yeah, very good. And I'll show you the original. Here's some earlier ones, actually. These were quite good. Let me know what you think. These are the original ones in version 6. They were pretty good, actually. Let's go for a bit of quality detail here. Again, I'm going to take personalization off. Remember, it's set by default. And let's see if we can get the quality, because there's a beautiful quality in this photograph image here. And here we are. Look at these images. Really, really good. Look at the detail in this. Where I used to work, they used to always have people demonstrating AI, and it used to really annoy me because the images that they showed were kind of created by some really sort of bad AI image generator. Show them this. I used to think, why don't you show them something like from Midjourney? It will blow them away. Because I've shown colleagues this kind of stuff and they're like unbelievable, that they can't believe it's not real. The detail in this photograph, really, really high quality. I mean, look, the wrinkles there, the tone, everything. This looks like, National Geographic. This is an Indian village woman in the forest in Himachal Pradesh. Again, I borrowed this prompt ages ago just because I'd seen it and I just thought, wow, the quality is amazing. I mean, we can change this. Let's just make it my typical Japanese woman at night. Okay, let's go with that. See what we get. Again, it's the artistic quality of Midjourney that I like, whether you're going for like that kind of artistic portrait photography or more abstract art. So here we go. Look at this. Portrait of a Japanese woman in Osaka streets at night, clear facial features, cinematic. Yeah. I mean, I'm loving the texture and the tone of the film. I mean, look at the details on the jacket. Her kind of shoulder strap there is a bit dirty or chalky. Yeah. Maybe that's your Osaka woman. Yeah. Maybe not as clean and tidy as Tokyo woman. I'm joking. Wow. Look at that. The detail in the scarf, the face there. Really, really good quality. Yeah. Younger woman there. Look at this. So good. So good. I'm liking this. I mean, just the hair, the detail of the hair, it's sort of wispy. And then the bokeh effect at the background, out of focus. The lights here from the sort of screen right, as we would say, coming in from, the side here, just lighting the under the eyes and on the nose there. Really, really good. There's a sort of here, there's sort of that sort of out of focus light in the background, just behind her head there, shining through the hair. You can see the strands of hair there. I mean, the quality and the detail is undeniable. My faith in Midjourney is being totally, totally restored. Let us compare though, just for the sake of argument. Okay, so we're just going to go see what ChatGPT can do on the free version. And then we'll do one on Imagen 3 as well. But while that's all going, Let's go some more artistic ones from earlier. Old man in late 40s with shaved head and short beard. Okay. Oh, we got that. Let's personalize it first. Let's see what happens there. And while that's cooking, let's go and see what we've got with ChatGPT. Still working. There we go. Okay, look, not bad. So this was Imogen. This is with Google. So this is Imogen 3. That's not her name. Her name's not Imogen. Imogen 3. And, you know, it's okay. You've got the bokeh effect there, but just not a lot of detail when you compare it to that. I mean, that, which is all right, but that is your normal. That's your standard. Using the same prompt. That is Midjourney. That is a difference. I'm not saying this is bad and you'd be very happy with this, but it's pretty bland. There's no kind of artistic bent to it. It's just like, yeah, sure. Okay, here's a woman in Osaka and it's nighttime. Thank you. Whereas here, I mean, if we go for a younger woman, just as a sort of a comparison, just the attitude, the detail, it feels more like a kind of, you know, model photo shoot compared to that. And the textures and the colors and the tones, just that is the Midjourney difference. Meanwhile, over at ChatGPT 4.0, the free version, they're still cooking. We'll come back to it. This is Bold Man, late 40s here, blah, blah, blah. What I really wanted was Marvel comic strip style. Look at that. They've got that kind of Liechtenstein style dots almost there. I'm liking these. Familiar? Do I suck in my cheeks a bit? Well, he's got more of a goatee going on, hasn't he? But these are good. These are better than actually. In my opinion, these are much more what you'd be looking for. Let's just personalization on. They're pretty good as sort of Marvel comic images. Really nice. So this is OpenAI. Again, a bit more warmer. You've got that kind of nighttime feel, the lighting on her face. She's looking straight to the camera. I would say it's better than that artistically. This is very, I don't know, there's cool colors going on here. Sort of quite a cold colors in this. It's okay. That's pretty good for ChatGPT, but still, I think artistically, the different film quality textures here, I think edges it for me. I mean, if anything, that's close. That's probably closest to this. But again, the fact that here, creatively, they're just more interesting, I would say, is my perspective. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But actually, hats off to ChatGPT. Again, it's both ChatGPT and Gemini, very flat, straightforward, looking straight at the camera. No artistic element there at all, really. Whereas here we've got, you know, global illumination. That's what you can do with Midjourney. You can add in these sort of the artifacts that you want, the global illumination, all those kind of elements. And that's what comes out in the photograph, in the image. Call it a photograph. It's not a photograph. It's a created AI image. But that's what comes across there as opposed to these ones, I would argue. I mean, she's just globally lit. That's almost like stock photograph, the way that it's lit there. A bit more interesting here, but these are the ones for me. We're going to go for a more cartoony one. So this was for a project where I used to work. Yeah, as you can see, you're fired. We're all using AI, except it didn't come out as AI. That was sort of a joke I did for a presentation about artificial intelligence when I used to work. But let's see what the new version does. We'll personalize it first. Again, stickman drawing a female boss firing an employee saying, "You're fired. We're using AI in speech bubble," pointing and telling him to leave the office. So actually what I like this, he's pointing at her, well, she should be pointing, you is id office. We're firing you free. Yeah. Spelling still a problem. Yeah. But I'm loving the pencil drawing here. What you could do, and it's something I did earlier on, I combine the use of Midjourney. So I borrowed an image from Midjourney. I'll show you what I did. I took this amazing image that somebody had done on Midjourney, and I thought, actually, what would be really cool if you could give him a logo. And knowing how good ChatGPT now is at adding stuff to a photograph, I put here, add the logo to the man's t-shirt. And I've got the logo. So this is my level 50 logo from another channel. And then look, now you lose some of the original quality, but it did stick the logo on in the right sort of proportions at the right angle. But you do lose a bit of the quality, the Midjourney quality, because it tries to recreate it. And then just to go another level forward, I took an image of myself and then I said, replace the head of the skateboarder with this face. And it did that. And again, the head looks a bit too big. Or is the body too small? And again, you're losing a bit of the overall quality of the picture. Every time you do this with ChatGPT, you lose it. But the point is, you could create a stunning image, say somebody holding up placards, which are blank, and then take it to ChatGPT, which is very good at inserting text-related things into that image, like I've done here. So yeah, because the different AIs have different sort of attributes. One is better at, ChatGPT is much better at words and stuff like that and understanding context. For me, Midjourney is much more artistic. I could do this as a blank and then get ChatGPT to add in the words. And I think because it's not a photograph, you're not going to really lose out on the quality so much. So this is a particular art style I like. Let's use that text, have the personalization on. So this was originally in version 6. And again, it's based on a particular style that I uploaded a photo. So I'm not going to upload the photo on this time round. We're going to get some more as well, I think. I want to do a comparison with a photograph I used as a thumbnail for version 6. That would be interesting. Right, this is nice. Let's go pencil drawing. Let's use this. So we're gonna do a pencil drawing of Godzilla here. This is really nice, really artistic, I think. Expressive. Yeah. We'll do that one. That was actually in Niji 6. We'll go for that one as well. So I love this acrylic paint style here. See the sort of splash paint. You can see the detail quality in the paint. Again, that's version 6. Oh yeah, let's see what we can do with this montage. So like a rockstar vintage punk record album. Let's run that one. Let's just run this one. This was in Style Raw, Niji 6. Stunning woman, Japanese woman in the 40s, camera taken, EOS 5D Mark IV, 50mm lens with the text subscribe. Let's see whether we can get any luck with this one. Oh, this is nice. This was a nice one, I think. Man in his 50s, Japanese partner, laughing and sharing stuff, conveys the happiness and connection achievable through dating, blah, blah, blah. Let's use that text. Let's go for that one as well. These are all personalized. We're going to come back to them and you could be the judge. Oh, Lego. Let's try that one. This is good. This is really nice. Again, this is in version 6. Okay, so this image here, very detailed prompt here. And I use this as a sort of thumbnail or something similar to it. It's so detailed that I can't believe that. Look at that, how long that is. Okay, so this was a thumbnail I used before here. V6 is here. You can see it at the train station, that one there. So let's do that one. Maybe it's that one. Similar anyway. Let's use the text. Let's go. Right, let's see what we've been generated. I've been, chomping away at these. Let's see what we've got. Okay, let's start from these ones. So Mandalay Bay artist Natasha Emmon in the style of stencil and spray paint. These are good. These are the sort of thing I'm looking for. You see, now I could have that printed and put on a canvas. I like that. A nice artistic style to it. Same here. Yeah. Really good. I should really take the personalization off. Let's just use that with personalization off. I'm just curious. But meanwhile, these are really nice. This especially is exactly what I'm looking for. This style here. Meanwhile, at the pencil drawings, oh my God, look, you've even got the pencils in here. Somebody drawing Godzilla there. Got all the right colors, the yellow, all of that. It's not quite what I wanted. They put the pencils in. Yeah. That's interesting. it's sort of showing the pencils. It's really good though. A color pencil drawing. It's emphasizing the fact. So that's maybe more of the fact that the language is a bit more natural. Oh, these are good. These are much closer to version 6. Yeah, I like these. Again, I'd prefer it as we've got acrylic painting. So when you say acrylic painting, sometimes it does the painting like, okay, here's your finished painting and it's hanging on the wall. Where actually what you want is I don't want it hanging on the wall. I want the image to be the painting, if that makes sense. I don't want the image to be the painting in context on a wall or something. Oh, these are nice. Rockstar vintage albums. Rockstar pain. Oh, the art of pain. When I was in sixth form years ago, 3 or 4 of my mates wanted to form a band. And, as none of us could play an instrument, but that's not important with a band. The important thing is the name. So we came up with the art of pain because there was a book in the library about painkillers. So we just called it the art of pain. Nice. These are really good. I love the kind of the look of these Rockstar punk albums. Let's have a look at the beautiful woman asking you to subscribe. Why wouldn't you want a subscribery? But artistically, the face. Subcrease? Really good quality. Look at the wrinkles there under the eyes and the sort of, the smile wrinkles there. Quality. This is a woman in her 40s. And then at the bottom there, sublimacy. Like I said, if you combine Midjourney with ChatGPT, if you want kind of text on your image, then you're on for a winner. I think you're going to lose quality in the photograph, but if it's a non-photographic image, right? Oh, this is nice. Joyful image of a man in his 50s with a Japanese partner. Yeah. Yeah, they look like photographic portraits. Really nice. This one looks a bit more vintage. That's really cool. I quite like that. I mean, it's that artistic style. You might not like this, right? You may just want your images vanilla style, right? And that's fine. And sometimes Midjourney takes a bit, it's a bit hit and miss to get the style you want because it's got its own sort of artistic bent. But that's what I like about Midjourney. These are really, really good. I mean, look at this. Again, comic book series of paintings with colorful paint, Godzilla in the style of graphic graffiti, close up. Again, look, you can see the brick wall behind. So it's a painting on the wall. If it just gave me that image there without it being framed, again, this is sort of at an angle. Yeah, I mean, these are really good. I mean, look at the light on the ink and the acrylic. But it's taking it literally. I mean, that's okay. That's a bit better. You could turn that into a picture. I'm loving the colors in that. The pop arty colors. Pretty good. Photo from first person point of view, spaceman in a Lego brick world, capturing the character's hands, holding a ray gun. Can't quite see the hands there. Now that's good. Oh my gosh, I love that. That is worthy of a picture in itself. Look at the expression on his face and the reflections. Oh, that's nice. Let's go upscale creative. No, let's go upscale subtle. Yeah, not so good. Again, it's pointing at the Lego man and it's somebody holding a gun. This I really like. Really, really good. Okay, so this is the kind of basically a Japanese woman seated in a meditative pose. Nice, artistic. These are much more artistic than the photo image from the previous version I did. Again, they're really nice. I mean, look at the acrylic detail on here. The palette knife that's been used. Okay, cinematic shot. Okay, this is very cinematic. Blue, duotone blue and yellow. Well, I've certainly done that. Yeah, a bit too much yellow in there. Yeah. Okay, so it's gone. It's really applied the tones, the blue and yellow tones to the overall image as opposed to just wearing blue and having a yellow background. It's sort of really applied a tone to it. These are the Mandalay Bay artist Natasha Emmon. Actually, it's more like there's an English artist that I really like. These are really good. That's nice. I like that. Again, when it upscales it, I think it upscales it, but and from version 6, I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I'm loving the montage cut there, the neo-pop collages, stencil, spray paint, much closer to the sort of style that I'd be looking for in this style of art, which I really, really like. And here's your upscaled dude, which is definitely getting downloaded. That is very close to the original art that I've got based on an English artist who specializes in this style. Okay, so you'll see here, this is the artist that I'm talking about. You can see some of these images here. The style is called Hush. And then this is my version of a Hush style photograph. There. A bit more color in this, but that's because in the prompt there, they've gone for Natasha Emmon. Let's have a look at Natasha Emmon. Yeah, I've looked up. I don't know who that Natasha Emmon is, that artist. I can't find anything on Google about it. But this artwork here, you know, these as well are much more in the style of, as I said, this artist here, Hush Artworks. So you can sort of see the style here. And so, yeah, I'm very happy with that. That's pretty good. Well, now you see, now that actually is more photo real. Subway station, angled, cine style. This is just too much sort of color for me on this one. I mean, quite cool, but less photographic, although that is more the photographic one. Submit that and see if we can just fill out the edges for it. This will be done in V6, I think, because I'm not sure the editing is available for version 7 yet. And there we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm liking that. Okay, so this is back from version 5 here. Epic fantasy set in a university far, far away. A lot of detail in that. So a lot of detail as well. I'm going to reuse this. So there's a lot of detail. So this was back when with Midjourney, you had to put on a lot of detail to get that kind of artistic quality. And I'm just going to do this one without the reference to me. Late 30s, bold head, short, neatly trimmed beard, wearing glasses, digital art. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Wow, look at this. Great. Epic scene. I mean, the other one has much more of a sort of a Jedi kind of inspiration, but look at the motion blur going on there. They're in full fight here, the armor on. Really nice. Again, look, running shot, action shot there. She's sort of funny, twisted at a funny angle there. Yeah, looks she's about to be shot unless somebody's firing out of there. Again, action shot, cinematic, intense action, all the high-end camera, fast shutter speed. That's why you're getting this kind of the motion blur going on there. Digital art illustration. That's nice. That's more digital art. See, these are more digital art to me. These are more kind of pencil type digital art, but that's not bad. Quite like that one. I like bold colors behind the bold colored background and stuff like that. Anyway, there you go. That is a look at Midjourney 7. There's some more things to roll out, but artistically, I think Midjourney has reclaimed its crown. I still think it's a bit hit and miss in terms of trying to find that exact artistic style that you want. Yeah, Midjourney, I think, is more for the sort of creatives. People who just, want to sort of create art. And you can have an argument about whether you're creating art or not. It has a slightly more creative bent to it. That's not to say, as I said, other AI image generators have come on leaps and bounds. ChatGPT especially, Google's Imagen 3, really, really good. And there's others that people always highly recommend. I think artistically, Midjourney are quite happy sitting in that lane, being the artistic AI image generator of choice. But for other stuff, yeah, sure, especially if you want text and language and stuff in your art, then hello, it's ChatGPT. But for me, Midjourney, Billy the Spaceman here, yeah, Midjourney has got it. And Midjourney 7 is really, really cool. I love the draft mode. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that little look at Midjourney 7. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, whether you think it's an improvement or not, and all of that. And of course, if you've liked this video, please hit the likes because I like it. YouTube likes it, and it helps people like you find content like this. And if you're new to my channel, then arigato gozaimasu, please hit that subscribe button, toggle that notification bell, and that way you'll know when I go live with videos just like this. Talking videos just like this, why don't you check out the videos right here? These ones here. Yeah, these ones. I think you'll like them. Thanks for watching.